Shocking statement. Georgia's safest suburbs hid 4 tons of narcotics and 1 million counterfeit pills behind white picket fences. Agents say one Chinese courier was the key that unlocked a network linking Mexican cartels, Chinese chemical suppliers, and nail salons that laundered cash from Norcross to Macau. We'll show how mislabeled chemicals slipped through Hartsfield-Jackson during peak hours, and why some raid houses had industrial fans running nonstop. If you live near a school pickup line or a late-night salon, you'll want to see the checklist investigators used to spot the labs hiding in plain sight. Before we move on, please take a moment to subscribe to the channel and like the video. Why does a door get kicked at 4 a.m. and agents walk out with the roadmap to $85 million? Because the house looked ordinary and the man leaving it did everything by the book, until the book didn't match the cargo lanes. They watched him for a week. Same rented gray SUV. Same loop through cul-de-sacs that cut from Duluth to Johns Creek. Gloves on the wheel, a ball cap pulled low, and a burner phone that never rang. It only pinged. He moved like a courier for a medical lab. Steady, unhurried, never lingering longer than a signature would take. Each stop ended with a padded envelope, a shoebox, a plastic tote. None of it screamed contraband. The only thing that did was the timestamp on his phone. A string of codes that referenced ATL cargo bays, not neighborhoods. The handset didn't mention pills or powder. It listed citrus degreaser, aniline dye, solvent 99, and SKU strings tied to specific cargo lanes at Hartsfield-Jackson. Whoever wrote those notes knew which pallets hit which dock doors, and at what hour a shift supervisor turned over a badge. That's when the boxes moved. Not during empty halls and quiet scanners, but during the breakfast scramble when forklifts stacked high and inspectors raced clipboards. A pallet labeled as cleaning chemicals rolled past, stamped to a salon supplier, and no one paused at the smell because nothing leaked, and the paperwork matched. The tactic was simple and cruelly effective. Time the shipment for the 6 to 8 a.m. surge when cargo volume peaks. Hit the inspection line at shift change, when the screeners swap passwords and queue counts jump. A QR code on the manifest pulled up a legit bill from a shell distributor with a web page, a phone number that forwarded twice, and a tax ID that paid last quarter's minimum. From there, a trucking contractor in Norcross took custody. Their dispatch logged ink toner and floor cleaner going out on a short route. The boxes weighed like gym plates, not toner. Forklift drivers noticed, but weight isn't a crime when the paperwork says dense liquid. Investigators backtracked the QR codes to 3 logistics shells that shared one mailbox in a strip office. The Norcross carrier moved the heaviest toner crates, all booked with the same broker email. That email registered in Hong Kong, then masked in Macau. Banks flagged nothing because the invoices were small and regular. The anomaly sat on Sundays. One nail salon posted steady hours and slow appointments. Yet the deposits doubled every Sunday, and the ATM camera saw the same faces making midnight drops in clustered bursts that matched the courier's window by 20 minutes. Here's why that mix works. Cartels lean on Chinese precursor suppliers for chemical feedstock and on Mexican synthesis crews for the know-how to convert and press. U.S. air cargo hubs reward speed. Mislabel a drum as a solvent used in cleaning or textile work, and it blends into a sea of similar products where handlers move by barcode and schedule. Get it off the floor fast, break it down in the suburbs, and you shrink risk to minutes. The courier's route log told the rest. A pallet scanned at ATL at 5:41 a.m. His gray SUV pinged a lot near the cargo exit by 6:02. 2 hours later, he made linked stops in Johns Creek and Gwinnett, addresses that shared HOA newsletters and recycling bins. That cadence outpaced random inspections and kept batches on a clock that favored the house, not the law. Agents walked him out at 3:14 a.m. The phone unlocked with a thumbprint that still had glove powder on it. Inside was a directory that didn't name bosses. It mapped functions. Blue, a production address. Gate, a chemical pickup. Dry, a cash drop. One handset tied production houses, chemical gates, and laundries together like extension cords feeding a single overworked outlet. Now that we have the map, we step through the front doors he fed and see a fentanyl lab built into a $500,000 home where the fan never stops. What do you find when you drill into a living room wall in Johns Creek? Racks, filters, and a fan that never stops. Walk in and nothing feels like home. No couch, no TV. The living room holds stainless tables spaced in a grid, tape lines on the floor to mark trays. Bedrooms aren't bedrooms. One is laid out with scales and binders. Another has a press on a slab to keep vibration down. Power strips snake around the baseboards. Windows stay blocked by blackout film that looks like frosted glass from the street. A calendar sits on the fridge, not with birthdays, but with color blocks that match cargo hours. From the curb, the play is simple. Lawn care on Wednesdays, parcels on the porch, trash cans lined up exactly. Inside, the air bites at the back of your throat. Small burners sit under glass beakers. Tubing runs along the baseboards, then vanishes behind fresh drywall. Drying trays ride wire racks, each tagged with batch notes. A vent port hides behind a false return grill. Follow it and you see a duct that doesn't connect to HVAC. It runs straight to a fan housing tucked into a soffit cutout that looks like a builder upgrade. The layout is not random. The garage acts as intake. A rolling cart meets boxes, gets them cracked, and moves contents to the living room, which serves as mixing and tableting. That room ties to 2 hallway closets gutted to hold towers of carbon filters. Those closets feed a duct up to the attic, where continuous duty fans push air through HEPA and more carbon, then out through a ridge vent. Returns are sealed. Door sweeps keep pressure steady so air flows one direction. You can stand outside and never smell a thing because the exhaust leaves higher and diluted. Those industrial fans never stop for a reason. Heat builds fast when small burners run and presses cycle for hours. Heat speeds reactions and vapor release. If heat spikes, odor spikes. Running fans around the clock keeps the room at a steady temperature and pulls fumes away before they pool. HEPA catches particulate. Carbon knocks down volatile compounds. Together, they mute what neighbors would notice when they walk a dog or pull into the driveway late. In Gwinnett, a guest room looked like moving day forever. A sofa and a dresser sat shrink-wrapped against one wall. Behind them, agents found chemical storage, stacked bottles, spill trays, and a cheap hygrometer taped to drywall. Every door and window had a sensor. A handful of cameras fed a no-name NVR under the stairs, with motion alerts pushed to prepaid phones. The production flow followed a tight loop without giving away methods. Precursor boxes arrive. Compounds move to a staging table. Mixing leads into pressing for pills or further steps for meth roots. Trays dry under fans. Finished product goes to packaging while labels and heat sealers sit within arm's reach.